A big win for Arsenal. Three important points at St. James Park. After three attempts in the past, finally, Arsenal got their win at St. James Park. What a way! What a way to do it. I mean, I was very nervous till 80th minute, till the first goal happened. And I mean, I wouldn't call it a complete clinical performance because we left it for too late. But then, well, you know how difficult it is to go to Newcastle and get a win. But finally, Arsenal did it. We did it. We got three important points to keep that gap between Liverpool and Arsenal short. And now we are back in the mix. Second on the table, 13 point. Perfect night for Arsenal and Arsenal fans. Mosquera, a little mistake. Or the focus was out, or he was not in his best senses to give the ball back to Raya. But I guess Mosquera had a decent game, but then Arteta wanted more control, more possession, and he caught Saliba after this first half. The real impact was Eze had plenty of chances. He himself had four chances. Unlucky that he didn't get his goal. Unlucky that he didn't get any assist. But when Odegaard came on, I think that's when the game changed because he wanted to take the ball forward. The penalty shout, Chris, I think that was a clear penalty. There is no doubt about the fact that whether it was a penalty or not. But then another one where Big Gabby, the ball touches his hand while sliding or making the save. So I guess we committed a mistake when they didn't award the penalty to Arsenal. But then it was the right decision to not give that penalty to Newcastle when Big Gabby was trying to make a save. So I think VAR is inconsistent. We saw it in the Crystal Palace and Liverpool game as well, where Salah touched the ball with his hand. I mean, it has to be your day so that decisions can go into your favor. Otherwise, VAR is not consistent at all. Your crisp penalties. I mean, that's a daylight robbery. Daylight robbery. If you are not giving this penalty, then I don't know what you're going to give penalty. It was a clear penalty. Even if it touched the boot, first of all, it didn't touch. It might have just brushed a little bit of Nick Pope's boot. It's still going to be a penalty because then you are not letting the player go and take the ball. No matter what, first touch has to be the opposition player if you are not going to give the penalty. First touch was Chris and it has to be penalty. How big this win is going to be. If we think of how important it's going to be in the run for the entire season, I think this will be one of the most important wins at St. James Park. For various reasons. One, the gap between Liverpool and Arsenal is just 2 points now. We are ahead of City with 3 points. And second is maybe this win will give Arsenal a boost, a confidence that we can do it no matter what, how, where, what, because a defeat to Liverpool at Anfield, a draw with City at Emirates, I think those were two important points where Arsenal might be thinking, oh, the results are not going in our favor. We are doing everything possible. But this win will give that kind of boost to Arsenal players that no matter what, this is going to be our season. We will keep fighting until the end. And how Arteta always says, we never give up. The team never gives up. And this is what they showed today. I guess we are still not there. Creatively, we are not there yet. Fluid football that we want to play or wants to play in 23-24 season when we played that kind of football where we scored 91 goals. I think that kind of a game, we still have to get back to it. Except at Leeds, I think we are struggling to create goals. We are getting the goals from the set pieces or the corners or, but they're not the ones that you would like to see how we created in Leeds game, like the open play, direct play. So I guess that's where we are still struggling. We will get there. I think a lot of new players have come in, like Yokres, Ezim, Medwiki. Zubimendi is there. Of course, he will take some time as well. Everyone has settled in pretty well, but I guess that chemistry where you know where they're going to make those runs, where they're going to pass the ball, I think that will come with time. But that is very important. Going forward in the season, if you are struggling to score more goals, and I've been saying this for a long time now, if you are struggling to score more goals or create more chances, you will have a difficult time to win anything in terms of a big silverware. You have to score more goals. And I get the point that it's so difficult these days where everybody, sits back, defense, and they'll just wait for a counter attack. But yep, if that's the conditions, if these are the demands of Premier League football, you have to come up with the idea. You have to come up with the solution to this, that we have to score goals. Otherwise, one goal is scored by the other team and they'll defend, like how City was doing there. How Newcastle was sitting behind and they were happy to just let Arsenal keep the ball. We were resilient enough that we created that chance. Um, we created those two important chances where Marino and Big Gabby scored. Otherwise, this could have been a different game. I'm glad Arsenal were confident enough that they'll get the win, and Odegaard made the difference. Marino came in around 70th minute. Odegaard came in around 82nd minute. And I think Odegaard had that urgency where he wanted to take the ball ahead. Otherwise, I think in the last 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes of the game, Arsenal were just keeping the ball. They were trying their best, but Newcastle was sitting so low. It was such a low block where it was so difficult to, create anything. And they didn't want to give the possession back to Newcastle. Otherwise, the time was too less. So they wanted to keep the ball. They kept the ball pretty well. And they were just waiting for one or two chances. And I think the first one came with Declan Rice curling the ball in and Marino heading it into the net perfectly. The other one, Odegaard, corner. I mean, Odegaard has to come back to his best, fit and firing, because when he plays, he can see things which no other player can. So I think Eze, Odegaard are going to be very crucial in creating chances, having those shots on target. And I think any day Odegaard will start in number 10 when he's completely fit, but as will go on the left or whatever Arteta decides. But this is going to be very important moving forward, um, getting into the Premier League games. And yep, 20 shots, 7 on target, and 2 were goals. So you have to create more chances if you are planning to win these games by scoring more goals. So there's no doubt about that. And I'm still saying we were not fluid enough. We were resilient enough to get these 3 points, but we were not fluid enough to create more chances or have that kind of a chemistry between the players, which eventually I feel and should come to Arsenal very soon, the more they play. Thank you for watching the video and do not forget to subscribe to our channel.